World's Weirdest Animals, Mammals, a Smart Kids Club publication. Contents at a glance. Introduction to the Animal Kingdom. We live on an amazing planet. Our Earth is full of incredible things. Some of these things are living, and some are not. For example, a rock is not alive. How about a tree? And the bird sitting on its branch? Yes, these are both living things. Scientists divide living things into two groups called kingdoms. There is the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom is then divided into vertebrates, animals with backbones, and invertebrates, animals without backbones. Introduction to mammals. There are over 5,000 species of mammals, and they are all so very different, one from the other. They range in size from the 1-inch bumblebee, bat, to the blue whale at over 100 feet long. But all mammals have several things in common. All mammals have hair. Yes, even a whale has hair. Mammals have 3 middle ear bones. They all have a neocortex, a part of the brain that helps with many things like senses, and mothers produce milk. Some of the smartest animals on Earth are mammals, like you and me. Aye. Do you know where Madagascar is? It is the 4th largest island in the world, and it is located in the Indian Ocean, just east of the continent of Africa. Madagascar is the home of the aye, one of about 100 lemurs, all of which are endemic to this island. The aye is nocturnal. It is only active at night. It has something in common with a woodpecker. It chews holes in trees and then uses its middle finger to pull food out of the tree. Bald Ukari. The bald Ukari, also known as the bald-headed Ukari, is a species of monkey that lives in the treetops of the forests near the Amazon River in Brazil and Peru in South America. It weighs between 6 and 7 pounds and is about 18 inches in length. It likes to eat fruit and seeds. Most kinds of monkeys have long tails, but the bald Ukari has a very short tail. Its coat of fur is long and shaggy. It can be from white to red in color. Its head is bald and very red. When its skin is red, it is a sign that the bald Ukari is in good health. Chinese water deer. The Chinese water deer is a small deer that is indigenous to China and Korea in Asia. Indigenous means that this is where the water deer first came from, but today it can also be found in Argentina, France, the United Kingdom, and the United States. It usually hides in the tall grasses that grow alongside rivers, but it can also be found in fields, grasslands, on mountains, and in swamps. The water deer gets its name from the fact that it is a good swimmer. It gets its nickname, vampire deer, from its small tusks that look like fangs. Elephant shrew. The elephant shrew is also sometimes called a jumping shrew. It gets its name from its long nose, which looks a little bit like the trunk of an elephant. Although it is called a shrew, which is a small mammal related to a mole, scientists tell us that it is more closely related to the elephant than to a mole. How weird is that? The elephant shrew lives in the southern part of Africa in several environments, like forests, deserts, and around large groups of rocks. It is also called a jumping shrew because it hops around on its long legs like a rabbit. Hairy-nosed wombat. Wombats are indigenous to Australia, and there are three kinds: the common wombat, the northern hairy-nosed wombat, and the southern hairy-nosed wombat. A wombat is a marsupial like a kangaroo or a koala bear. This means that it has a pouch where its baby lives until it grows bigger. The hairy-nosed wombat grows to be about 36 inches long. It has very strong claws to help dig burrows under the ground where it lives. Its eyesight is very poor. Its hairy nose has a good sense of smell, so it uses this to find food in the dark. Okapi. The Okapi lives in the tropical forests northeast of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Central Africa. It has stripes like a zebra, but it is more closely related to the giraffe. Its coat of fur is brown to reddish-brown, and its ankles and stripes are white. The Okapi is about 5 feet tall and about 8 feet long. It can weigh up to almost 800 pounds. It is an herbivore, so it eats things like ferns, fruit, grass, and leaves, but does not eat meat. The Okapi is mostly active during the day. This means it is a diurnal animal and not a nocturnal animal. Proboscis monkey. A proboscis is the nose of a mammal, especially when it is long like the trunk of an elephant. So it's pretty easy to guess why this animal is called the proboscis monkey. What a big nose! It is also known as the long-nosed monkey. It is endemic to the Southeast Asia island of Borneo, the third largest island in the world. The people of Borneo also call this monkey a Dutch monkey or Dutchman because they thought the Dutch people that came to their island about 200 years ago had big noses like the proboscis monkey. Saiga antelope. Another mammal with a big nose. Wow! This is another example of a proboscis, but this one is very useful. During the summer, the saiga's nose filters dust and cools its blood. In the winter, it warms up the air before the air goes down to its lungs. The saiga antelope lives in dry areas and grasslands in very small parts of Russia and Kazakhstan. It is an endangered species. It stands a little over 2 feet tall, weighs between 80 and 140 pounds, and can live to be up to 10 years old. Saigas are migratory animals. Sloth. The sloth is an arboreal mammal. This means that it lives in treetops. Sloths live in the jungles of Central and South America. Sloth means lazy or slow, and this is where it gets its name because it moves very slowly. A sloth is an herbivore and likes to eat buds, leaves, and shoots from trees. These are not easy to digest, so a sloth has a very large stomach. Its stomach can weigh as much as 66% of its entire body weight. It has a very long tongue, up to 12 inches long. This helps it grab leaves that are almost out of reach. Streaked tenrec. Remember the eye? It and the streaked tenrec have something in common. They both live on the island of Madagascar. The streaked tenrec lives in the tropical rainforests in the northern and eastern parts of Madagascar. It is a mammal that is a little like a hedgehog, an opossum, or a shrew. A streaked tenrec is small. it only grows to be about 6 inches long and weighs about 7 ounces. It uses its quills to protect it from its enemies. It also rubs its quills together to make noise. It is the only mammal that does this. Interesting facts. Almost all mammals give birth to live babies. The duck-billed platypus and the echidna are the only 2 kinds of mammals that lay eggs. The tongue of a giraffe can be as long as 20 inches. Giraffes use their long tongues to clean their own ears. An orca, or killer whale, is not a whale. It is a dolphin, and it is the largest member of the dolphin family. Although they can weigh more than 5 tons, elephants barely leave footprints because they have big, spongy feet. A mole can dig a 300-foot deep hole in just one night. Koala bears smell like cough drops because they like to eat the leaves of a tree called a eucalyptus tree, and cough drops are often made out of eucalyptus. A beaver can hold its breath underwater for as long as 15 minutes. Hooded seals have the shortest childhood of any mammal. They go from being a baby to being an adult in just 4 days. Although it has a hump, the spine of a camel is straight. The tallest and largest animals on land are mammals, and they both live in Africa. The tallest is the giraffe, and the largest is the African elephant. The legs of a bat are thin. This is why a bat cannot stand up, and this is why it hangs upside down. A cheetah can run as fast as 70 miles per hour. The skin underneath a polar bear's fur is black, and its fur is not really white. It is clear.